are disappointed. But in the multitude of counselors, again, they are established. What is established today? Hello? 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 Purposes are disappointed without counsel. But in the multitude of counselors, they are established. Do you have a purpose in life? Yes. Can you imagine, without a counselor, that purpose can be a disappointment? Not just that, the purpose itself can be disappointed. You have got your purpose and you know what you are born to do, but you can't do it without a counselor. But once you have a purpose and you have counselors that are speaking into your life, those purposes are definitely going to be established. So you need people. The first channel of communication that God uses in communicating with you are people. Be ready to listen to people that God has sent to you after you have prayed. Hello? Hello? Proverbs chapter number 24, verse number 6. Proverbs 24, verse number 6. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in the multitude of the counselors there is safety. Again, that's a different scripture. Even before you can go to war, you have to get some information concerning what you are going to be doing over there. Once you do that, there is safety. There is safety. This is the problem that you might have as an individual. Some of you say because you pray too much and you're always in the presence of God. The moment you walk out of your prayer closet, you become irrelevant. You can't speak to people. You can't listen to anybody. You're good as long as you stay there in the prayer room. But the moment you come out, people like that, you can't share your story with anybody. You are never happy. You don't smile. You don't laugh. And you don't make anybody to laugh. A complicated life. You are heavy, loaded. Even Jesus himself he was never as serious as you are. Do you know that when you see children running towards Jesus, children, because if you are heavy, the children are the first to know. If you see children running towards Jesus, and Jesus had to be escorted, it means there was a free spirit, an open spirit on Jesus. His outward appearance was welcoming. 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 Why are you trying to push away everybody from you? Why? If you're not ready to listen to anybody, don't make an appointment with any man of God. Because that's another person that God has sent again. You are likely never going to listen to him again. I've heard somebody coming to me from Singapore. He flew all the way just to come here and to ask me a question. And prophetically, I told him the number of the people that advised him on that particular matter and their names. Mr. So-and-so came to your office. Mr. So-and-so came to your house. And you were advised by these people to take this route, but you couldn't listen. If I'm going to advise you now, I'm going to become the 9th person. So even before he could waste money flying all the way, he should have listened to those people. But the problem is that he doesn't believe in anybody. He doesn't believe in anybody. So the moment you block that channel, you can be praying all you want. From now until now, continue praying. Continue praying. As long as you don't listen to people. After prayer, after asking God questions, God is going to intentionally move certain people towards your direction so that they can come to you and advise you as a result of your questions that you were asking God in your prayer closet. So please make sure after praying, you watch and see. He was there in prayer. And he said, I'm here to see what he's going to say. Which means his answer is likely going to come in a physical way. People. 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 People can give you good advices, even as the CEO. If you can listen to the most humble people that God has given you, you can get and extract some great ideas from them. Doesn't matter how learned you are. One day, if you want to do it, just try it. One day when you get to work, you say, today, say, please come, follow me. Come to my office. And for the first time, that security man gets into your office and he's sitting there. Let's have some tea together. Talk to me. What are you seeing? What is happening? Because sometimes as the CEO of that organization, you are far away from your customers and from your clients. But this person, because of his level, he's working at a place where your clients are being disappointed and discouraged and turned back. And you need somebody from that level who can come up there to your level and share with you what is happening in your organization at that level. Am I talking to somebody? Am I talking to somebody? You can see it happening everywhere. You get to a garage, you find there are 13 cars right in front of you. And yet, the moment you get closer, you notice that all the machines there are working. And the workers are busy doing some other things. And there is a queue. People waiting in the queue to get fuel. And sometimes, in most cases, the owner of the garage is not even aware. So, if they are going to save only these 13 cars, there are so many cars that you cannot account for that just came and they saw the queue and then they moved away. You have lost so much just because you have created that unnecessary queue. What is the problem? What is the problem? Is even for you, if you get into a supermarket and you're about to pay for what you have collected from inside, you look for the shortest queue. Am I lying? You look for the shortest queue. That's why then at the end of the day, you have workers moving up and down in the shop, trying to recollect some of the items that are removed from shelves, and then they are left somewhere because somebody was willing to pay for it. But because there was no order at the till, he said, I'm going to be here for the next 30 minutes. Let me just drop it down. And then he moved out. Went to another shop. That's money slipping through your fingers. So please, you have to understand, but there are people that can come to you and talk to you about your shop. And because in most cases, even some of you don't even buy from your shop. You buy from somewhere else. But there has to be somebody who can come to you, even if that person doesn't have a shop. He can come to you and advise you. I've been to your shop. Can't you do something? I think your till operators are very slow. What can you do about it? If it is a restaurant, nobody wants to order food there and he can be standing there for the next 40 minutes or 1 hour. No. There are so many, remember, there are so many competitors around you. So the fastest, the quickest you can do it, the better. Somebody comes there, he wants chicken and some chips. How fast can you provide it? Is what matters. How quick can you deliver it? So if I'm really hungry, your place is the first place that I think of, because you are competent. But there are people that can come to you and advise you, because people are already talking about your service right now. People, you have to listen to what they are saying concerning your service, the way you deliver service. That's God speaking to you, advising you on how you can develop your company, your organization. That's God. That's God. People. I don't understand it even myself. You get to the airport, you find there is a queue just to get a stamp on your passport. And yet there are so many computers right from the corner up to there. And only one person is serving people. You wonder. And this only happens in Africa. You wonder. And some of them, they might even be sitting there. They are on the internet. And the bosses are not even aware. Somebody should come from that place and make a report. Why? People. Hello? 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 Why? Even myself, I hear a lot of things, even concerning this ministry. I know how many people we have lost because of queues. Not everybody can stand in those queues. But the reason why we allow it to happen the way it is happening is because sometimes it is beyond our control. We also need time to grow and to have our own facility, to have our own place. But if we can do anything to avoid it, we have to do it. We have to do it. But people are always available. They are the first channel that God can use to communicate with you and to advise you on the route that you should take. People. Listen to people. Not all of them. I said after prayer. After prayer, people will just come to you and advise you. Are you hearing this? What is the first channel? What is the first channel? People. Is it everybody? No. But the people that will come to you after? Yeah. Good. And those people will be relevant people with relevant what? Information. That's very good. That's very good. Okay, number two. Number two channel. Experiences or signs. These are experiences that you go through, or God can give you some signs. This is way before we can even get to the actual voice of God. God can give you an experience that serves as a message to warn you to alert you, even to encourage you, but it can come to you as an experience or a sign that you have to respect. And to understand that this is God talking to me. This is God talking to me. And it's very, very easy for some of you to ignore experiences and other signs after prayer, still waiting for the audible voice of God. And yet that's another communication that you have missed. That's another channel. Experience. I remember sometime, I'm sure it was four years ago, somebody brought me a car. We were staying somewhere, I'm sure it's around maybe 50 kilometers or so from Chitungwiza. So we'd drive every time to Chitungwiza for the church services. And somebody gave me a car. Actually, the owner of the car brought it to our place. And he sowed it into my life as a seed. And before he even brought that car, I had seen that kind of a car coming in a vision. But when I saw it in a vision, I never thought that God would give me such a car, because I had other cars that were much better than that one. So I thought maybe there was another interpretation to that. What kind of a car is this? So I didn't understand. And the following day, after I had seen that vision previously, I saw that exact car. And the moment I saw him, because I was sitting outside, I saw him parking. I knew it. I knew it that, okay, this person, he has come to sow that car into my life. I knew it before he could even say it. Because I had seen it exactly the way I saw it. Here comes the car. And I was busy praying for the proper interpretation, because I never thought. So he also came. We sat outside. And then within some few minutes, he opened up and he said, "Man of God, I've never done this before. This is my first time." And I had God said I should sow this car into your life. And then he gave me the keys. Now, let me try to be honest here. I wasn't sure whether I was going to be able to even park it inside, because I wasn't sure even if that car was going to start. Though I had seen him driving it, but I wasn't sure. I said, Okay, then I said, all right, that's okay. Let me pray for you. And I prayed for him, pronounced the blessings of the Lord upon his life, because I had seen it, and this was the confirmation. So that car was parked there, I'm sure, for about 2 weeks or so. And then in another vision, the Lord said to me, "It is now time for the blessing of my son to manifest. But you have to make it happen." And then I said, "How should I do it? I've already prayed for him." And God said to me, "You need to drive that car, and so that I can bless him." He gave it to you so that you can drive it, and then I will bless him. As clear as that. He said to me, "The time for the manifestation of the blessing of my son has come, but you have to do something about it." I said, "I have already prayed for him." And God said, "You have to drive it." He gave it to you so that you can drive it. Then I said, "No." No. I said, "Drive." Going where? I said, "I don't have any journey. I've already prayed for him. And I've done my part. And I never drove that car, to be honest with you, even after God had said it. Because I gave some tangible excuses because I didn't have any journey. So it was just there. And I remember this other time, there was a morning prayer in Chitungwiza. And my wife was supposed to be leading that prayer, and somebody came to pick her up from the house, and she went for the prayers. And I was left there just preparing. It was on a Sunday. And that time, I really took time working on something that I was supposed to teach on. And at the time when I realized, no, I'm already running out of time, I said, okay, it is now time. I took my shower and then I did everything. And then I had 2 other cars that were there, which were much nicer than this one. And then I got into the first car. It couldn't start. The battery was flat. Tried everything, the battery was just flat. And I said, okay, I can drive the other one. I couldn't find the keys. I had to call my wife. She was busy praying. She wasn't picking her phone. And I was wondering, I said, what is this? What is this? I'm almost missing the service. And the only keys in the car that was available is this one. And I took the keys. And I went inside, and I was laughing, I was smiling, and I drove it. I've never experienced such. It was terrible. The journey was terrible. And when I arrived at Chitungwiza, even some of the leaders that were there, they were shocked to see me arrive. They said, where did you get this car? You see, those are signs and experiences. When God is speaking to you, He can give you an experience so that somebody can get a blessing. Am I talking to somebody? So that can be a channel. God can introduce a situation. Any experience that you go through after prayer, it could be God communicating with you. It could. This is why if you are prayerful, you don't have to complain about everything that happens to you. No matter how bad it is, you don't have to start by complaining. Don't. You can come to a place, even let's say you drive to South Africa, and at gunpoint, your car can be taken away from you. At gunpoint, after buying a vehicle, and then it is stolen from you, and you come back here crying. Not realizing that you were never even supposed to make it up to here if you were going to drive from South Africa to this place. God knows for sure that some of you, maybe you have bought that vehicle for the first time, and some of you have got the guts even to drive without the driver's license. And God Himself knows the consequences, and He wears the tool. And then God says, if I'm going to tell her not to drive or tell him not to drive, this one is never going to listen. He needs an experience. Can please somebody take away this car from him before he kills himself? And the car is stolen so that your life can be preserved. But you complain over the car because you are not aware of what was going to happen to you if you had that car. But the